almost immediately straight into the second game. Welcome the Demise boys to the chat. Bear's picking up a smoke and a couple of flashbangs, and an aggressive CT start on Vertigo. Is Mono going to be able to find a frag, but the trade's just starting to come through. Absolute chaos down the A ramp, and somehow Stomp King is stomping his way through it. It will be a 2-on-2, however, as Immor just about able to steady the ship. And for Engine and Immor, 2 versus 2. What do they do here? They have one player heading towards the B-bomb site in the form of Engine, and he is going to clear a lot of information for free down towards that B-bomb site, but will they be able to get this bomb down? You can see, of course, the new nuke. There's a new Vertigo. There's not a lot to work with in towards middle, so Oscar is going to be making his way out onto that B-bomb site. USP in hand. He can cut Immor out before he can even get the bomb down here. That would be absolutely huge. Not quite able to connect with the shot, however. He will be able to call that bomb going down. 2-on-2 now. This B-bomb site going to have to be retaken by the Illuminar boys, and they have no utility to make it happen. They don't even have a defuse kit, so time really starting to run out, and you can see the T side know it on the Demise side of things as Engine finds himself the dink and the conversion. It's all onto Innocent now. He's trying to make his way in towards the site, but he's got to deal with 2 angles at once, and I really don't think there's any chance for him to get into this one. Innocent tapping away, trying to find anything he can, but he's going to have to push very aggressively, and he's taken the dink on 3 HP. It is going to be the conversion, and it will be Demise taking that pistol round.
Yeah, absolutely. They are finding it. Vertigo is the only map in the MTL so far that they found that success on, and kicking things off very well. We know Illuminar are quite a strong side of things. They are able to bring the firepower when it matters. So Demise is going to have to be able to shut down some of those more extreme aim stars from the side of Illuminar. They are putting out all the stops in this second round, bringing the Deagles and the Scouts forward, and they look to put 3 players over towards this A bomb site to make sure that the Demise players can't take it quite so aggressively and force their way onto it. But right now, things still looking in favor of Demise. They only have 2 players with head armor to worry about, so hopefully those Mac 10s are going to be very effective in this round.
Range duel for him, or as he's going to find a good amount of spray, but Stomp King still able to connect with that scout, makes a little bit more damage for the CT side to work with. And of course, when you've got those Deagles, if you can bring a player down below sort of half HP, those chest shots become so viable. And it will
as well with those Deagles, just finding the opening shots, it opens up the potential for the scout as well, right? It becomes an instant kill AWP weapon.
It really does, and you can see Demise, they're thinking about this A-bomb site hit here. They're starting to push up very aggressively. They've got plenty of presence as well, but there's plenty of CT players here. In the meanwhile, Riats has somehow got himself in a very aggressive position that is yet to be cleared by Demise, and he's got support from Innocent as well. They're finally going to spot them out as the smoke starts to fade, but Riats has got a free backstab for 2 before the trade comes through. How is that going so well for those Illuminar boys? They've got themselves the 4-on-3. They've got tags to work with, and these Deagles, as we said, they're up close and personal. They're looking so lethal. Paz brought down low. Somehow, Innocent is making a round of this with a beautiful headshot onto Immor. And the backstab has to come in for Engine here. The new angles on Vertigo going to give him at the very least 1, but this round is looking very unstable indeed. 3-on-2, fast flank already coming in. That Deagle on the backstab is Oskarish, and he's going to find the shot. It's all onto Engine, and he can't get anything done as Stomp King comes in from behind. And those new pathways on Vertigo proving absolutely lethal.
Yeah, definitely. Illuminar utilizing the new rat runs very well and hiding in those tunnels, using the little cubbies to their advantage and ultimately finding those kills, putting the pressure straight back onto Demise. Engine's got 4 kills in just 2 rounds, but it's not enough to see 2-round victories, as it is going to be Illuminar doing well off of the back of their investment into the second round. They're going to be taking the full complement of rifles and utility forward into this 3rd round situation, and Demise having to drop down onto that eco. Nonetheless, they are going to be committing over towards this A ramp once again, not getting quite as aggressive as they were last round, but this time it's their turn to cover. Any lucky pistol headshots can make something of a round for them.
Trying to get something going early on, but Engine taking a lot of damage, and you can just see Demise backing off of the initial idea of the round and heading back towards their favorite site in that A-bomb site. But Riats very aggressive with Stomp King on the scout as well, trying to take advantage of the ranged duels, and it's working out beautifully. That's a gorgeous flick from Stomp King to grab yet another frag. And Immor is 1-on-5 here. He's down towards the boxes. He can't get anything done at all. It's going to be Illuminar confirming their second round on the board, but for Demise, they will finally be able to get some more rifles in their hands.
Yeah, it was a quick eco play there from Demise, unfortunately, for the Turkish fans in the chat, not able to convert any kills into a round victory, but nonetheless, they are going to be able to bring the rifles forward into this one. Again, utility slightly lacking for them. No damage-dealing utility available, just the smoke slashes and a decoy in the hands of Beyaz. So, they're going to commit. Paz gets over-aggressive, punished for it almost immediately. The supporting players just aren't there to help him out right now. Riaz and Stomp farming out this A-bomb site, and the aggressive play from Demise shut down early.
That Riat's wrap run is looking absolutely huge for Illuminar. Finally, Beyaz is able to take him down for the Demise boys, but they're into the 4-on-2 now, and you can see Innocent so confident with the Krieg on those kind of peaks. It's an easy frag to find, and for Beyaz, he would need an ace here if he was to find anything in this round. It looks, at the moment, like this map has become significantly more CT-sided with that wrap run.
At the moment, yeah, you certainly have to think as well that there's a lot of time that teams need to get used to exactly what you can do here, right? Your entire strat book over towards this A site is virtually going to be thrown out of the window with this position being available. And again, that's why I'm calling it a wrap run. It allows you to be in such a sneaky little position there, right? Beyaz trying to use it well to try and force those rotations out, ultimately falling down though. But my point is, it is like you have rats running around inside the walls of your house, right? You can just go from angle to angle here. You've got many more options from which you want to hide or peek on this A bomb site now, and it's just a lot more to think about when you're going for those executes, which we know a side like Demise used to favor towards this A site.
And once again, Demise are going to be dropping down Beagles and CZ as the Orc and Stomp King very aggressive, and that's a beautiful flick to find the opening pick. You can see this Illuminar side just going from strength to strength as yet again Riaz using that rat run to get into such a strong position and tapping away through the flashbang. He's going to find his second of the round. Engine is trying to find a lurk frag, but Innocent has read that to perfection, and Mini is left 1v5. It's simple as that. It's just dispatching the CT side at the moment. Illuminar looking so strong, and I think we're going to have to officially call that call-out rat run now because it just fits so well. And Mini right into the crosshair. That's an easy frag. It's a virtually flawless round for Illuminar as they go 4-1 up.
Absolutely, their A site defense looking absolutely ironclad at the moment. Demise just unable to find a way through it. You've got to expect them to try and attack on the B side at this point because A just not working out for them. Stomp getting hyper aggressive with that AWP over towards the ramp and using it to great effectiveness almost every time. 8 kills for him already early on with Riats on 7. So these A site players doing a lot of work right now, finding the frags, and Demise is going to have to change up their play.
They're going to have to try something different, and indeed they're heading very aggressively towards that B-bomb site early on. Oscarish a little bit isolated, dropping all the utility he can, but the support is starting to come through as Innocent goes on the long rotation, and Demise slowly wandering their way up the ramp now. This is going to take some raw aim, I think, if Demise are going to get into the site. Immor trying to be aggressive with the AWP, can't quite connect with the initial shot, and that will leave his teammate to be found as Oscarish just gets the angle and the timing for the opening pick. Beyaz not quite done with this B-bomb site yet, although his teammate's looking very timid at the moment. Engine looking for the mid loop as well, but without that door to really go for the backstab, it's a very long way to make your way from mid to that B-bomb site without using the boost. And Demise look to head in. They're still 4-on-5, yet to rotate the Illuminar boys. Now they're looking for it, and this is where the mid position can become so strong. That's a free frag onto Riat to bring us back into the 4-on-4. The dunk nade almost does it, not quite connecting onto Innocent, and you can see Mono is very cautious of the backstab here. He's very cautious that the bomb doesn't necessarily have to be planted, although now we'll see Mini going for it back in this 4-on-4. There's cover for the planter for the time being, but Innocent's going to be traded 1-for-1. The AWP is so effective on the B-bomb site. Immor making it sing. And Stomp King currently locked out by Engine, who's dropping utility through the tiniest gap. Will finally be taken down by Stomp. Immor finds one, low HP. The dunk is in, and it's all onto Beyaz. He's got 1-on-2. The AWP comes through the boost. The spray's good for 1. That baits Mono off the bomb. Now he looks to tap it. Doesn't quite stick it, and it's given the information to Beyaz, who plays the new angle. Looks for the timing and hits the headshot as well. That was so close, but Demise, they will get their second on the board.
Illuminar looking like they're showing us a very drilled B site retake going on there, but just gets a little bit too messy towards the end of the round. The utility placement is nigh on perfect from the Polish side, but unfortunately, it's when they go to push Beyaz in that 1 versus 2 situation. He's just in the right angle to deal with the aggression through the smoke in the window, and then after the defusing player gets off that bomb and goes for the spray down, he knows exactly the situation that he's in. He knows how much time he has to work with, and is comfortably able to deal with that round. That's going to put an important second on the board for this Turkish side now. 2 rounds garnered for them, and 2 players yet to frag in the forms of Paz and Mini as well. So quite rare that you see those situations occurring, but very early on in this game, and Illuminar have decided to commit to a double AWP setup on the CT side.
Demise just looking a little bit cold at the moment. Illuminar, of course, having played a Vanguard in the previous game, really in a great position to push on here, and the double AWPs come out very early on as Demise looking to make their presence known towards A. Immortal going to find the opening pick as well. That takes out Stomp King, who has been absolutely huge towards the A ramp initially. Now he has to rethink the plans of Illuminar, as they are going to put plenty of presence in towards that A bomb site. 3 players here, including Riaz, who's thinking about that rat run yet again. Not quite going to be able to make his way down on this occasion, and instead is going to hold behind those boxes, waiting for the Demise boys to walk into the crosshairs. And the wall bang from Mono is so nearly connecting. Not quite able to find it, however. And Demise with the 5-on-4 have to really consider their options. Riat's an innocent looking to make use of the rat run once again, and he's going for this angle. You can see Demise, they've only got Immor clearing this on the AWP. That's a free frag. He's looking for more as Immor misses the shot, but Riat knows he can just bail out of that situation as Innocent nutmegs him with the smoke to cover it. And now Demise, they don't know where to go. All the presence from the CT side is in towards this A bomb site. Do they bail out and go back towards B? It looks like that might be the call.
Yeah, A just looking like an impenetrable fortress from Illuminar right now. They're doing a great job of being able to defend these angles and making sure that Demise have just got no access to the bomb site. Now, unfortunately as well, Demise do fall foul to missing the boost a couple of times there. That gives the sound cues away to the Illuminar players that there are multiple people towards that ramp and they should be committing more bodies over here. But the 4 rotations are underway for this B bomb site right now as well. Now, I'm expecting the bomb to go down here. Oscar is doing a great job at finding that, but 4v3, right, make that 4v2 retake situation now. There's a gap in the smoke, and surely this is all over for Demise.
Engine left in another impossible clutch, 1-on-4, and he's stuck in towards middle at the moment. I don't think there's any way he can make this save even possible. He's already being hunted by a couple of CT players who are looking to try and take this rifle away, and it should be a relatively free defuse as they work out that this B bomb site is clear in its entirety. There we go, Illuminar just working that one out all by themselves, and it will be a 5th round for the CT side. Engine just forced to try and save himself that AK-47, and for Illuminar, it's a great response to losing that round. They really are looking like a well-oiled machine here on Vertigo.
Well, we were looking for a quick map today, but I don't think it's happening in the game that we expected it to be. Illuminar looking just so drilled on their CT side. They look just very well prepared on this map, quite frankly. They seem to be able to predict everything that Demise are doing in terms of the attacks. They're landing all of their shots. Their utility placement is perfect. They're moving around these new angles towards the rat run really effectively, right? Finding those angles for themselves. These HEs doing loads of damage as well onto players. They've already got multiple kills, and when you've got your AWP landing both AWP shots and P250 shots like this under this pressure, what more can you ask for?
That is absolutely huge from Oskarish. It started to look a little bit awkward for the CT side, but he just steadies it single-handedly, and he's still alive and kicking on this B bomb site, playing around the first generator, trying to get something going for his team. The Molotov is going to force him out, but he might well go for the spam here, as he does just choose to back off. Knows he doesn't have to be too aggressive in this scenario. The CT side, of course, with the advantage, and as Mini looks for the peak, he's not going to find anything through the edge of that smoke. Oskarish locking down one side of the Jennies and has support to the right as well. This is such a nice setup from the Illuminar boys. They know that bomb is yet to go down. It may actually just start to bait a little bit of CT presence back towards A and play into the hands of Demise, as Mono and Oskarish are left in a 2-on-3 to lock this bomb site down. You can see Demise with a very clear plan for this one. They've left Paz very passive down that B staircase. He's just going to try and wait as long as possible. Make sure as many players from Illuminar are rotating away as they possibly can get before Paz makes his way back towards that B bomb site. Stomp King, though, using that rat run yet again. He's getting all the information. That's allowing the third player to rotate around. And Oskarish on an absolute tear. He's on for the ace here as well, and he's going to get it. Oskarish killing the entire Demise team as they look to push into B. That is just far too easy for the CT AWPer.
The 2 AWPers for Illuminar, both on double digits in 8 rounds, and well, if that doesn't tell you the story so far of this map, I don't know what will. It is these incredibly powerful sniper rifles right now, and this lockdown ironclad play from these CTs just shutting Demise out. They haven't even really been able to gain access to these bomb sites. I think they've only managed to get 2 or 3 bombs planted so far in this whole half. And look at this aggression. This is what I like from Illuminar. Riazgo is way aggressive there alongside Stop. Find the first kill. Could be on for like a double or triple spray down, but he falls off after getting the first kill. He knows it's more important he gets out alive. Leaves his team in the 3v4 after Stomp. Unfortunately, can't escape. But look at this now. They're back in the rat runs, but do Demise anticipate it this time?
You can see them thinking about that CT presence. They've finally worked out that new angle, and they're trying to lock it down as well as Demise. Going for the wallbang, not quite going to connect for Engine. They're trying to make their way in towards this A bomb site, but it's a 3-on-3 yet again. The backstab already starting to come through for Innocent. He gets a freebie. He's looking for more. Won't quite be able to find it, but it's a 3-on-2. Demise could yet rotate back towards that B bomb site, and you can see Oscarish just starting to think about that very eventuality, holding in towards the mid A elevator area. That's what I'm going to call it. Why not? And you are going to see Engine just starting to rotate his way back down. That's a fake as well, using that sound to try and draw the rotations away. The bomb yet to move from the back of Paz, who is still holding around the A bomb site, and it looks like Illuminar have fallen for it as well. Those sound cues just baiting the CT side into a rotation, and perhaps half an opportunity now for the Demise boys, as it's only Riat on this A bomb site. The tap of the AK will give it away though, and the rotation will be allowed to come through from the Illuminar boys. Riat's finally taken down, and half an opportunity for Demise. 20 seconds left on the clock. They have to get this bomb down very, very soon.
Molotov actually missing his mark right there. This is going to leave the Barnes vulnerable, and that is the round there. Won single-handedly by Mono. Paz puts his first kill of the of the map actually on the board right there, in that bringing us into the 2 versus 2 situation. But unfortunately, the Molotov just slightly misses its mark, doesn't cover the right position, and that allows Mono to get on top of those boxes and dismantle that site defense towards the end there. Both orcs carried forward into the 10th round. The money looking very comfortable for Illuminar and Demise. They need to find an answer soon, because it takes them a long time to get onto these bomb sites, and then once they eventually do, there seems to be nothing that they can do to hold them.
They are struggling to get anything going over on the T side, Demise, and it's usually a side they find very, very easy. But double AWPs yet again coming out for the Illuminar boys, in such a strong position for them to find themselves in, as Bayaz completely locked out. That's such a nice deep CT smoke, taking the information away from the Demise boys and instead forcing them in towards mid, where Innocent currently lies in wait, hidden behind the sandbags, and that Molotov will force him out, but nobody there to punish it, as Innocent just freely allowed to rotate out of that position. Demise looking like they do have a strategy for this round, and it is the mid take. They have so much presence towards mid as they take control, but it's just allowing the CT side to get aggressive elsewhere. They've got 2 players in towards sandbags on the A bomb site, as a very inventive boost just came through there. I don't know how Innocent is up on that angle, but somehow he's up there, and Oscarish looking for the wall bang as well. As Demise, they look like they might well head towards B here. They have plenty of utility still to burn, and they could go for the full execute, as Oscarish alone on that B bomb site, but I'm sure he won't care, given how much success he's had there with the AWP, just holding, just waiting for the timing, and Engine and Innocent just in an absolute stalemate at the moment. Demise really looking unsure as to where they want to go with the bomb.
Yeah, and they've been looking unsure for quite a while, and why wouldn't you be when your attacks are being shut down so fervently by your opponents wherever you do decide to go? Perhaps it is the late round pressure that you want to rely on. Now, Stomp is very lucky to get to where he has here. You know, a couple of seconds later, and he's in some serious trouble. Now, he's able to use this new angle to try and keep himself alive for as long as possible. They've got to be aware that he's here, but they just can't turn around to deal with it. The players aren't in the right angles, and Mono and Innocent cleaning things up with the rifles now. Mini left in the 1 versus 4 situation. He's still yet to frag so far, so I don't know why he would begin towards the end of this round. Nonetheless, he does find one before falling to the backstab of Innocent. And right now, just looking too OP for Illuminar at the moment. They are very, very well versed and practiced on this Vertigo.
And again, just looking a little bit too easy for the CT side, as it will be Demise calling the timeout 8-2 down. For anybody who was interested in the previous game, it ended being 19-16 to the XCOM boys. So they pulled off the comeback in the end, which is absolutely ridiculous. But if we ignore that for a second, we are here. We're 8-2 down on the Demise side of things, and they really need to start just even finding some consistency on the T side.
Yeah, they're just being shut down completely, right? I don't see why they would risk leaving it to these late round situations to push like they did in the last one, because when they're going in early, they're getting shut down straight away, looking confused, and then having to recommit in the last minute, 40 seconds or so. So just waiting early on there. I get that they're trying to force the aggression out from the CTs in that situation and hoping that they can find those early picks and get the advantage. direct pressure towards mid very early, but it is too strong at the moment. Looks good for 3 as Engine trades him out, but again, 2v4 situation now. Demise just not able to respond to the positioning for Illuminar. These pistols might be able to do some work though, but Oscarish too strong with that, or be strong in the anti-eco situations, and Engine with it all to do in this round. They should just be looking forward to the next and hoping that they figured out some way of dealing with this Illuminar defense.
At least he gets one frag, Engine, but now he's out on his own, on a limb towards middle. How many times have we said Engine left with it all to do? Just his teammates crumbling around him. He's got 2 frags in this round, at least making it a little bit more expensive for the CT side, but now he's going to be dispatched of. And as Illuminar are one round away from double digits even, it's going to be the buy for Demise. It's not going to be the best buy in the world. Imor able to grab himself the AWP, but struggling a little bit on the utility. And what do they do to get back into this?
I mean, they haven't really found any success anywhere. The issue for them at the moment is they can't get into the angles to where they need to get the kills. It's not even about losing these individual 1v1 aim fights. It's that whatever angle they find themselves in, there's just utility or players there immediately ready to stop them. Like we've seen Innocent getting really aggressive with that nade early on. Just softens up those players and activates the headshot potential for the M4A4 now against those armored players, right? We see it over towards the A site all the time with Innocent and Riats getting very aggressive towards this ramp. Demise just do not have an answer for this early round aggression at the moment, and the result of it is that there's simply nothing that they can do. The early round aggression comes in, but it's not over aggressive. They don't stick around these Illuminar players and wait for the 3rd kill. They get one and they fall back, and that puts Demise in these tough situations.
Again, Innocent just causing havoc. Finally going to be traded out 1-for-1. How does Oscarish get a P250 kill there? But he is traded out in the meanwhile. Down in the 3-on-3. Mono disrupting the bomb plant, but will be taken down as well. Engine is trying to cause havoc in towards middle, and you can see Stomp actually switching to the P250 to finish things off as Mini is left 2-on-1. And again, Demise, they were in such a good position, but now they find themselves in a 2-on-1. Mini with a little bit of utility to try and facilitate an escape, but so much left in the hands of the CT side. There's mollies, there's smokes, there's a flashbang still left, and they're just going to look to burn him alive. And indeed, Stomp King will find the frag. It's a 10th round for Illuminar as they absolutely napalm that B bomb site. And just what do you do?
Well, I mean, they clearly don't have an answer, right? The individual performance right now, the team cohesion from Illuminar, it's just too strong. We're watching a T side get completely outclassed by its defensive counterpart at the moment. I think that maybe Demise are even thinking at this point, okay, we need to just reset for the T side of the CT side of things, to be honest, because, you know, we are completely locked out of whatever's going on in this one. They've got 3 more rounds total to try and salvage something from this T side at the moment, but just not able to do anything against this aggressive play from Illuminar. Their individual performance just too strong at the moment, and you can just see the confidence is even there. Innocent in that last one going for the P250 kill in that situation, just showing his pure confidence over this Demise side at the moment. That last peak where both players peak the same angle and they're using one to bloody block the other. You know, this is just team cohesion at its best at the moment, and you really can't have an answer for it outside of some incredible individual flashing moments.
Oscarish finally going to be taken down without finding a frag as Imor gets him inside of the smoke. Innocent has actually just been sat in that smoke for a solid 30 seconds before Bayaz trades in 1-for-1, and Demise finally find themselves with a man advantage and perhaps half an opportunity to get that bomb down and steal this round away and start to build their T-side at half. You can see Illuminar still haven't let go of this B-bomb site. They've still got Mono in towards first oranges. He has Riats backing him up. And there we go. Mono starts to swing, grabs himself a freebie, looks to drop as much utility as he can, and just buying time for his teammates to come in. You can see Stomp King trying to cover the mid-rotation as Riats grabs another, and somehow Mono and Riats are single-handedly holding down B. There's no communication for the Demise boys as Engine is left 1-on-3. At the very least, he has a couple of tags to work with, half an opportunity perhaps, but that CT side, they are dumping absolutely everything at his feet, making it so difficult for him to find any way in. He's 3-on-1, 1 Molotov and an AK, and look, Illuminar have got every possible angle covered. Engine with it all to do here to try and salvage this half potentially for his team. Starts to peek the angles, grabs the first, looks for more, but the AWP is there. Of course, Stomp King is there. He trades it out beautifully, and that's an 11th round on the board for Illuminar.
Yeah, 16 frags for Stomp King there total, and something that's unfortunate for Demise there in that 3v3 situation at the end. They've got 40 or so seconds left on the clock, but the bomb's down open within that B bomb site, and they have no flashes available. They have no utility that they can use to make some space for them and try and acquire that bomb, and that's what ultimately makes things so different. No way! Oh, he's absolutely styled on the Oscarich, lands the P-hops through and then gets that AWP shot. I mean, if that isn't symptomatic of just how dominant Illuminar have been so far in this map, I don't know what is.
That's just pure confidence, isn't it? He knows he's going to hit that shot. He knows he's going to bunny hop his way down and find the free frag. And Illuminar again grab themselves the man advantage early on. Interestingly, they have no presence in towards the B-bomb site whatsoever as Oscarich grabs himself a second. So Demise are going to get the bomb down here. They are going to be able to get themselves a plant. They're going to get into the 5-on-3. And let's see what they can do on the retake here. Illuminar Innocent looking completely the wrong way. Gives a free double kill to Imor, and that starts to make things interesting. Now there's half an opportunity, as you can see. Imor knows these angles beautifully. He's going to get a freebie for his third, and just a couple of kills away from the ace. Finally, Demise is starting to show up, and arguably off the mistake of the Illuminar boys not having any presence in towards B. But this retake going to be very difficult now in the 3-on-2. Stomp King and Mono trying to clear it out, but the spray is good, the trade is good. It's all onto Stomp King 2-on-1. Time is running out for him. HP is running out for him as Paz is going to be forced out by the Molotov. The smoke to bait the idea that he's still between those two generators. And I mean, what can you do here if you're Stomp King? The bomb's ticking down. Time is running out. He goes for the shot through the smoke. He finds one, but he will be traded out at the very least as Demise. They get their third round on the board, and they get perhaps a consolation round towards the end of this first half.
Yeah, Imor starting to wake up at the latter stages of this first half. Good triple kill for him to help secure his team victory in this one. Nonetheless, though, they still have a monumentous task ahead of them. Illuminar with the clear-cut advantage at the moment. We just have to hope that Demise are as drilled as Imor appears to be on their CT side of things. Stomp getting aggressive very early, finds the tag, and this is what I mean, they don't get over-aggressive. He finds the tag, deploys the utility and falls back, doesn't overcommit his life unnecessarily for that situation, and that leads him to a 5v5 defensive situation.
Happy to sit back and be passive when it's necessary. Imor trading tags though, and we'll find a little bit of damage onto Stomp King before burning alive. The last tick of the Molotov, it stretches just to the tips of his toes and finds the frag the way of Illuminar. That really is just how the game has been going for Demise, and they are going to head in towards the B-bomb site. Stomp King just wandering about, finding himself a double, finally taken down by Mini, but you do wonder if it's too little too late. Engine able to get at least one more onto Oscarich, and that is both the AWPs down. The AWPs have been so impressive for the Illuminar boys, but it is the 3-on-2. There's half a chance now for the Demise lads to try and grab themselves that fourth round, try and just get any kind of momentum to carry over onto your CT side as Innocent spamming through the smoke, trying to make things as difficult as possible. Of course he is. He's going to go sit in that smoke as well, give himself the most awkward angle possible. That smoke actually hit him on the feet, and you can see, there we go, Demise just reacting to the sound cues, but Innocent with a gap in the smoke is going to just take absolute liberties, spots out Mini 2K, and he's buying so much time as well. You can see the CTs rotating in, finally going to take a little bit of damage through that smoke, but the frag yet to come, and the bomb, it has to go down now, but over the boost we have to go. That's a free kill on the bomb planter, and for Engine, the last man alive, it's a 3-on-1 situation. He's going to find the first, but the spray not quite good for two, and it's 12-3 as we head into the halftime break.
This is one of the things that's just so good about Illuminar in that half, right? Let's look specifically about what was going on in the last stages of that round. Demise are in an early gunfight over towards this B-bomb site, right? They're trying to get control of it. There's an AWP duel going on, doesn't go their way. Stomp King wins it, and they close things out. There was 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock, and Demise are at the top of B stairs. It takes them nearly 50 seconds, like 40 seconds I think it was total, for them to get from the top of B stairs just onto the B site. That's how effective Illuminar are at using that utility, playing the positioning well, and forcing that clock down. And that, I think, is just a clear textbook example of why Illuminar were winning so many of those rounds.
It's why they're looking so good, as Engine gets aggressive, looking for the opening pick. Not quite going to find it, however, gets a good amount of damage and actually does convert. That's my bad, as it is the 5-on-4. I didn't think he was quite going to finish that job off, and it's a CZ in the hands of Imor. A very interesting pull. Riat's hiding under the boost. He's going to find one. He's looking for more onto Mini, and he's going to get it as well. Riat's just stomping his way through onto the B bomb site. The smokes allow that bomb to go down. And for Bayaz, Imor, and Paz, there's only one defuse kit. It's on Bayaz. The CZ's not going to be great in this retake either, as Oscarich looks to take down Paz. That's an absolute freebie. What do Demise do here? How do they get back into this round? It's 3-on-2. They know they have to win this pistol if they want any chance to take this map, to really take it anywhere towards the end of this second half. But as Bayaz and Immor do make their way in, that's a lovely shot to open things up. Looking for more. Bayaz grabs the second, can't quite connect with the third, and Immor's running out of bullets in that CZ towards the generators as Oscarish grabs himself the double kill, finishes things off, and gets Illuminar 13-3 up.
Yeah, absolutely. And what more can you say? They're just looking like far and away the better side in this map. Oscarish holding the off angle there, denies the rotation through from Demise. They're going to have to drop down onto just the pistols and SMGs, despite the fact that they are fully investing into things. The MP9 is the best weapon that they will be able to come up with in this round. Just got to give credit to Illuminar. They've looked far and away the most dominant side so far on Vertigo. We continue to see a masterclass of the map from them, and it looks very likely that they are going to be able to win this round. But some flashy SMG play. There's a 5.7 in the hands of Engine. You always love to see that pistol in play. It's obviously the best pistol in the game by far, and I'm not accepting debate on that topic, but nonetheless, hopefully he can come up big with that pistol, prove me right in this round, and we see some more rounds to play.
It would take something truly impressive, let's put it that way, as it's a menagerie of a buy for both sides, and Illuminar just taking a little bit of liberty towards middle. They haven't cleared out this angle yet, but somehow the fight is won by Stomp King taking down Immor, and the MP9 just not able to find the initial pick. That's so awkward to watch as Illuminar, they get themselves this 5-on-4 yet again, and you can see Riyad with the Krieg. It's his angle, the rat run, and he's looking to hold it down as Bayaz right into the crosshairs. That's another free frag. Paz trying to play the off angle here. We'll be able to grab one, trying to E onto that Krieg, but not quite able to get his long mitts on it. And a couple of tags from the CZ as well. You can see what Demise are trying to do, starting to stack this bomb site now. And Paz has managed to get the Krieg out, but he's taking so much damage for his time. And the bomb is already making its rotation. Mini, sorry, but the headshot does come through, and Illuminar, they rotate all the way around. They're done with the A bomb site. They're instead going to start to pressure Engine on the second generators, and indeed towards B. He's out in the open. He's out on a limb. The lucky 5.7's got nothing going for it. And for Mini and Paz, they've grabbed themselves 2 Kriegs, but do they even go for this round? Their economy is busted. Do they just save?
It'll be interesting to see whether they decide to do so or not. They don't really have the rounds in their favor to be able to save, right? They'd be giving 14 scoreboard away to Illuminar. They'd be putting themselves just 2 rounds away from defeat so far in that map, but they're going to have to do it. They're going to have to bring these Kriegs forward and at least have something they can take through. And there's an argument to suggest then that the Force Buy perhaps is worth it because they've saved these Kriegs through as opposed to the nothing that they would have brought through into the next round otherwise. But still, it's going to be some kind of scuffed Force Buy around these Kriegs right now. No real rifles can be afforded from this Demise side, right? Upgraded pistols at best. If they want armor, maybe one SMG out, maybe not. And one rifle being dropped by Paz, but still their backs against the wall right now. And maybe if this map had been more competitive early on, I'd have some more faith in this Demise side right now. But Illuminar have looked like the better side when everything's even Stevens in terms of the buy. So when Illuminar have the rifle advantages, surely you just have to consider they're going to take this round.
Surely there is no way for the Demise boys. They are looking for a miracle here. They do have the Kriegs. They do have those OPCT rifles to work with, but it's such a strong buy from the Illuminar side of things, and they are just again taking some liberties towards mid. You can see Innocent starting to clear all of the angles, and there's really no contest from Demise as they try and get aggressive towards A. I do like that strategy. We're seeing Bayaz peeking from the rat run, and indeed has him or in support down towards the yellow tart, but what do you do here if you're Demise? You're just not hitting your shots, and I say that as Immor manages to grab his team the opening pick from the Tark. Traded 1-for-1, but the spray is good. Finally, the trades start to come through, and the rifle's so recoverable for the T side, and can't be said the same at all for Demise. That Krieg is lost to the Illuminar boys, and this aggression from Mini is absolutely crucial, I think, in the context of this round. If the bomb makes its way back around, I don't think there's a way back into this for Demise. The pistols are going to struggle, and finally the M4 is recovered by Bayaz. He grabs himself that rifle, as again we're going to see Illuminar pushing in towards middle, taking that presence away from the CT side, who have no idea where Illuminar now are at this point. You can see Mini covering the rotation through to B, but mid's completely open. Illuminar can get a free plant, and without the utility to work with, I don't see a way Demise are going to get back into this B bomb site.
Yeah, absolutely not. They have gained control, and those 2 kills, really important at the start there from Illuminar. They removed 2 out of 3 of the defending rifles from the situation. Mini's in the flanking position. Could find Innocent here with the good reactions, and he does so. Brings his team into 2 versus 3 situation now, and Engine's on the big flank with this 5-7. Oscarish should have his number in terms of the positioning, but a quick flick here from Engine could save things so far in this round. Oscarish's position is given away, and that leaves us 1v3.
Mono with it all to do, and he can't find anything either. Demise stealing a 4th round out of absolutely nothing. Your hero 5-7 coming through with the frag. And Demise do get a 4th round on the board. A slight saving grace, but it is a long, long road back up for the Demise side. And you can see the cash, of course, not great on the Illuminar boys, but they are going to force into this one. They're feeling confident. Why not pick up the Kriegs and Deagles and just see what you can do? If you disrupt the Demise economy here, the round is over. The game is done.
Yeah, very important as well in that last round that Beaz is able to recover that 2nd rifle from the ramp instead of just immediately refocusing on B with that pistol. Who knows how much more of a chance he had to secure kills with that rifle available as opposed to when he's now Imor getting very aggressive. He's the man that's been the hottest aim so far for Demise, and he's found that opening frag for his team. 4v5 situation in their favor for once at the beginning of these rounds, and it looks like the force from Illuminar may be starting to fall apart now.
Not looking too great, as it's a lovely opening pick, and the A aggression from the CT side looks to be the new meta as Imor goes for a 2nd stab at it and grabs another frag as well. Stomp King to fall, and the 2 rifles are still up for the T side, but Illuminar are just getting a little bit dismantled. Perhaps starting to feel a little bit of concern over what's going to occur. We saw how good they were on the CT side, and now Demise finally starting to show up with the rifles in hand. They do keep all 5 players alive for the time being, and I think that is absolutely crucial in the wider context of this game, is to keep almost all of these rifles up. I would say 4 is essential and 5 is preferable, as we will see Illuminar grouping towards the B-bomb site. Mini and Engine to try and lock this one down for the Demise boys. Mini thinking about the peek, and he'll give his position away. That's a lovely shot from Oscarish for 1, but do they expect the 2nd player? They have no idea he's here. This is so nice. The triple spray down from Engine. I said 4 players alive was essential, and they managed just that.
Yeah, the trigger discipline there from Engine's absolutely great. He knows the players run past him, so instead of rushing around that corner, he's aware that there's a 2nd player on the angle holding, and he knows that if the 2nd player hasn't killed him yet, there's a very high likelihood that nobody has a clue where he is. And the result of that is the complete dismantling of the Illuminar site attack. 3 players being dealt with by Engine there, and just an incredible passage of individual play. Illuminar finally dropping down onto that eco as they start to realize, okay, it's all good and well being very confident against this Demise side, but you still need to go for these round victories. And Imor really starting to wake up as things digress in this map.
Oh, that nade deserved more damage than it got, as Imor just warming up the flips against the pistol, grabs himself a triple, and Engine just there to secure the 2 remaining frags, and that's how you have to deal with those pistol half-buys. Absolutely flawless from the Demise lads as they grab themselves a 6th on the board, but this is the round to start worrying yourselves with. 1 round at a time, Demise, but now you're up against Kriegs, AK-47s, and utility. Can Illuminar break the back of this Demise roster?
Well, that is the question. Imor does have an AWP in his hand. He's been so effective with it so far in this 2nd half, despite how early in that half that we are. And I think it's definitely something to note with these latest iterations of Vertigo, that you're seeing the 2 ramps towards the bomb sites be much more contested action areas. They're much more akin to contesting outside on Nuke, for example. It's virtually essential if you want to get into one of these sites that you have to commit to one of these ramps at this point. And the ability for the CTs to get to it so early does some real damage to your potential offensive tactics in those situations. Early utility, once again, being committed by Demise over towards this B staircase, but it's only good for the 1 damage onto Oscarish. Follow-up HE does a little bit more in terms of softening those players up, and that does just enough to activate that 1-shot headshot potential on some of these less upgraded rifles for the Demise side.
Such a heavy rotation from Demise as well towards this B bomb site. They are so confident that it's going to end up being B. 3 players here. Engine on the boost as well. This is so good for the Turkish side as the push starts to come in from Illuminar, dumping their utility on the bomb site. That Molotov not quite landing though, and it's going to be down to the AKs as Innocent does manage to grab himself an opening mini with a beautiful flashbang. Can't quite find the trade though, still playing around the back of sight. Just over the smoke, finally going to find a couple of frags, but it's starting to go the way of Illuminar now as Engine and Immor, they've got to find this rotate, and the orb is so far away. Engine really has to lock this one down as he grabs himself an initial frag, but is brought down to 46 HP in the process. What can the Demise lads do? They don't have much to work with at all. A little bit of utility rotating in late on Immor, and he could use that Molotov. Just flushes out the wrong angle, though, and Engine out in the open will be found. It's all on Immor. The AWP in a 1v2. You said how good he's been looking, and he will find the first. Switches out to the M4, and oh my goodness! Immor goes absolutely huge. Even grabs himself the AWP to finish things off.
Well, he's absolutely the saving grace for Demise at the moment. He's got 18 kills on his side. The next player on his team, Engine, does have 21 as well, but they're certainly the two powerhouses of fragging for the side at the moment. Engine does a great job at seemingly getting these important kills towards this B bomb site, right? They're not necessarily the flashiest of plays that he goes for, but he's good at holding his angles, getting 1, 2, maybe even 3 kills on those defensive positions, and then that allows the potential for individual brilliance and retakes for the rest of his side. Once again, Illuminar having to drop down is not the most optimum buy. Immor missing his opening shot this time. He could get caught off guard here as a result, and that's going to be the A bomb site opened up by Illuminar.
The backstab from Sandbags is still very much viable, though. You can see Paz is just biding his time there. He's waiting for the moment to strike. He's calling to his teammates that he's got this one absolutely covered, and indeed he does. The AWP has been recovered by Stomp King. He's looked so strong at it, but here we go. The spray down from Engine is good for 2. The backstab from Paz yet to be activated, and for these 3 remaining Deagles on Illuminar, they've got to start shaking in their boots a little bit. It's a 4-on-3, and Demise are looking better and better as this game goes on. Paz able to get the double. It is traded by at least 1 from Mono, but it's on to Oscarish. He's 1-on-3. He has the AWP and a Deagle to try and work his way into this, but he's completely alone. The bomb is out on the A ramp, and I don't think there's any way home for him here.
Well, he is going to be trying for something. Both players drop down there, but Paz just has the presence of mind to recheck that angle. Very good trigger discipline from him as well in that last round. So it does look like the CT side of things all round being more favoured in this latest iteration of Vertigo, as Demise not giving up too easily. Perhaps we are seeing another Phoenix AGO situation where these games are going to be drawn out in some form of incredible CT side comeback, but the evidence to support that has yet to be seen. Illuminar still looking very competitive in these T rounds so far. Early aggression over towards A once again. What's going to come of it though?
And they get something going here, Illuminar. Immor trying to peek from that rat run round the tarpal. He's got half an angle on the edge of this smoke, and Riach tries to challenge to his demise. That's an absolute freebie. You can see them trying to deal with this Aura, and a missed shot will gift Stomp King the opportunity. Oscarish aggressive, not quite catching the timing though. Will just allow that CT player, Bayaz, to stay alive a little while longer. It's 4-on-4, the advantage ever so slightly with the Illuminar boys for the time being, but what is this boost Engine? How? I don't understand what this game is anymore. 3 remaining players for the T side of Illuminar. Oscarish, Mono, and Stomp King to try and make something of this round. And Bayaz a little bit too keen, perhaps. Gives away his life relatively freely, and again, hands that advantage ever so slightly back, but oh my goodness. Paz with the headshot to secure it, and now it's on to Mono and Oscarish. A couple of creeps, no real utility. Mono able to find one, but still alive and kicking. Paz grabs another, and Mono really, he's just trying to get the bomb down, trying to buy a little bit of cash for his team. The Molotov missing its target gives him half an opportunity, but Mini already on that backstab. They're just coordinating the attack here. Demise as Paz looks for the loop around, and actually Mono can make his way down the rat run, and you can see Mini just thinking about that possibility now. They have to try and get someone on this defuse sooner rather than later. He taps it, baits the peek out. Mono able to find the shot though. 1-on-1 now. He has to peek for the second player, and there we go. Paz just about manages to make it a 9th round going the way of Demise.
Yeah, it does look like the story of these players for Demise right now is it's just taken them a long while to get going, right? Paz was one of those players that struggled to start off with the fragging in the earlier stages of this map, and we've just seen him with a triple kill closing things out for Demise. They're just 1 round away from hitting double digits on the scoreboard and are rapidly currently closing down the gap between them and their Polish opponents. Still going to be another full buy for the T side though, as it's a full complement of AK-47s being brought into the round. No AWP available. Once again, the name of the game though is early A site aggression. Immor having to look around with that AWP. Going to get tagged down to just 99 as HEs once again don't quite deal all the damage. They look set to be ready to distribute, and early on 5 versus 5 situation, no trades being committed too early on from the side of things, but Overall, I'd say the economy and the utility slightly benefiting this Demise side as we head into the latter stages of the round. A minute and 15 seconds left on the clock as A site looks to be pressured ever so slightly by the Illuminar side.
Demise with a good stack towards A, however, and they do have positioning to shut this one down before it gets too interesting. A minute comes and goes now, and for the Illuminar boys, they're just starting to feel that pressure. Demise about to tick on to the double digits, and that's when your T side starts to feel a little bit awkward. It's not quite clicking, and Riaz takes an absolute nade to the face there as well. Demise, they've got this on lock at the moment. Their CT side has been so much stronger than their T half, and as the nade actually trades another ton of damage onto Paz, it's still a 5-on-5 with 37 seconds left, and Imor should have a free initial frag here. Oscar is trying to take advantage of the rat run, but that's a freebie. But it is all a bait to allow the rotation in towards the B-bomb site. The bomb trying to make its way down, but Mini falling for nothing is found through the edge of the smoke, and now the frags start to go the way of Illuminar, and what a shot from Mono. This round surely has to be theirs as Bayaz and Paz scramble to try and recover the situation. They're trying to put that AWP as far away from the T side as possible, but can they find a way back into this round? Their utility is limited, their firepower is limited, and their HP is limited as well. There is looking like there are very few scenarios where this round goes the way of Demise. You can see them clearing all of the angles, but Bayaz, he has to peek at some point, and Stomp King has got him absolutely locked out of things. Paz the next one through. It's a nice double spray down, and it's map and indeed series point the way of Illuminar.
Yeah, well, you know what happens to gas when you raise its temperature in a closed volume container? The pressure increases, and that is what is being felt by Demise at the moment. They are just one round away for being defeated in this MDL map. Sorry, they have 6 rounds they need to string in a row in order to force overtime. It is going to be an early A commitment once again, but Imor falling early on now, lives in the 4v5. With the initial advantage towards this Illuminar side. They put 2 players up towards that boost, though. That could be a potentially important factor later on, but right now, I don't know what they try and adapt here with Demise. They have to try and pick up a rifle. Engine's going to find the trade with just 1 HP left. That could be potentially very significant for later on, but right now, Illuminar have control of this A bomb site.
The issue is the lack of the buy as well. The CZs and the FAMASs. Riaz is going to be a little bit isolated, will be found, but the trades are starting to come through yet again. It's 3-on-3. There are so many tags for this T side to work with, and Illuminar looking to get the bomb down very swiftly here. Play for the afterplant, play for the series point, and indeed, here we go. What can Engine get done on just 1 point of health? There's so much firepower, so much potential left on this Illuminar side of things, and they're just falling back. They're waiting passively. They know Demise have to come to them. They don't have many offensive nades. That's one saving grace as the dunk comes in onto Stomp King. The Molotov forces him out in the open. Mini and Paz get a frag apiece, and it's all onto Oscarish 3v1. It's a 10-second defuse for Engine. He's got 1 HP. That's a free frag. There's no kit. Mini has the kit. Can he get on the bomb? I think he can. It's going to be a 10th round for Demise. It was very close, but they are going to get themselves double digits.
Well, somehow Demise fight their way back into that one. Paz with an incredible shot, binding things over towards this A-bomb site. They stay in things literally by the skin of their teeth. I was worrying when Engine decided to commit to that full 10-second defuse there. I was wondering why his teammate didn't try for things, but all in all, things do work out. The play without the kick gets taken down by the last remaining T alive. That T's position is then given away to the rest of his teammates, and he has that confidence to allow them to deal with the rest of things. 5 rounds in a row still needed for the Turkish side in order to force overtime on this map of Vertigo. And Illuminar right now, they're just in the driver's seat at the moment. They have another gun round to work with here, but every gun round that they essentially bring forward, right, even if they take these ecos, they only need 1 to win the whole map right now, so they can afford to lose virtually all of them, bar the last one that would break Demise into overtime. They have plenty of chances to try and secure the win here, and they just need to stay mentally composed, keep hitting their shots, and not give away players unnecessarily.
Mono going aggressive early on, looking for that opening pick. Not quite able to find it, however. Just falls back, plays it a little more passively. You spoke about how many opportunities Illuminar have to shut this one out here on Vertigo, and they're going to look to take this one right here and now. The bomb currently passive in spawn, but early A presence from the T side, just countering that CT aggression. And as Bayaz goes down to the AK of Oscarish, it starts to look worse and worse for the Demise boys. They need something. They need a refrag to try and balance things out here, but Illuminar are not going to give them anything, playing so cautiously, slowly making their way up the ramp, slowly clearing all of the angles, making absolutely certain that Rat Run isn't going to be pushed here, Oscarish. And I mean, that AWP in Immel's hands has to do so much work if there is any chance to get back into things here. Riyad's clearing all of the angles up the ramp. And the CT is very slow on the rotation. Mini's gone aggressive. That will finally allow Engine to make his way round. And as Immel does find one in towards the rat run, there's half an opportunity. Paz out in the open. Mono finds another. Immel on the AWP now grabs Riyad's, and we're in the 3-on-3. But that bomb is making its way towards the B bomb site. And there is nobody home for Demise. Innocent on the backstab grabs one. And this bomb surely has to go down now. Engine trying to do whatever he can to stop it. But he has no idea where the players are, and Stomp King will hit the shot. It will be Illuminar. 16-10 the final scoreline, and it was a thrilling game to say the least, but not quite enough from Demise.
Yeah, valiant effort on the comeback for them. Their CT side looking much stronger than their T side did, but ultimately you've got to commend Illuminar. Their CT defense of this map of Vertigo just looked absolutely impenetrable at certain times. They looked like they were in the driver's seat for, I'd definitely say, the first 2/3 of the game. It did look like Demise were on for a little bit of a comeback in that second half, but Illuminar soon able to get things back under control, and ultimately they're just a really strong CT side, earning them that map victory.
Exactly, and for Demise it's unfortunate, but they're just not clicking in quite the right way on Vertigo. It's not going to end up going their way, and that is us done for MDL, I believe, for this week. It's not looking like we've got much else on, but we will be back as soon as physically possible with some more CS for you guys to watch. And if you did enjoy the cast, of course, I am Wolfie. My teammate and co-caster is Bratalis. If you did enjoy it, links are spamming their way through the chat every now and again. You know where that follow button is. If you did enjoy the stream, please feel free. Any final words, Bratalis?
Other than please follow us on Twitter, because you've been offered some very good free English coverage of those matches. So if you did like it, do follow us on Twitter, though. In a serious note, it does help us out a lot. Engage in the metrics and engaging on who likes us. And if you want some more exciting, I tried to throw a couple of puns in the maps that we had today, and I'll looking to see if I can work on developing those more for the future.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you guys again soon.